I'm loving this weather. Loving it. Welcome to another episode of Yacht Life. And today we're going to do some troubleshooting because I don't know if some of y'all know, but I wasn't here. So let's get to it. Well, it's not abnormal. Oh, man. Wrong button. Well, it looks like to me everything's checking out so far. I'm trying to do some data logging, but my Trinity does not want to cooperate right now. Last time I tried it, it didn't have Brent's gauges that I put on here, and now it does. So I don't know what's going on with it. So I turned the car off. I'm gonna hit record and see if I can get anything out of it. don't know why it's still telling me that. It's clearly running. Let me do some troubleshooting and see if I can fix it. Okay, so apparently Brent's gauges won't come up for some weird reason, so I'll have to remake that layout. But it's running now. So what I'm gonna try to do is drive it around the block a couple times, get it up to temperature, because it's already there, but under load, bring it back, bleed it out, see if anything changes, and then do some more troubleshooting as far as these sounds go. There we go. All right, let's see what we get. Ooh, it's so hard to stop with the idle this high. Gotta remember that I'm low. Definitely low. Still gotta get in alignment, so that's why the steering wheel's crooked. Still at 186. Tires shaking in the back, all over the place. Should really move those. Looking good, looking good. I'm gonna try to give it a little gas. It's loud, so I can't really do that since it's still early in the morning. But I'm gonna try. We'll put it in reverse, go all the way down there, come all the way back down the street. So, still at 186. Let me stop. Still going good so far. Turn this way. Good so far. Woo! Up here. So far it's checking out. There's no overheating, no weird sounds. I know one thing with this idle this high, it's ready to go. Let's see. Woo, that backfire though. Alright, let me put her back in the garage right now. Okay, well it seems like she's running fine, but oh yeah, she's nice and toasty. I can feel the heat coming out. Okay, the thermos, not coolant, is at it was at 188 right about now. And let's see, we at the minimum, at the cold max fill. We're not at the cold, we're not cold at all, so let's cool it in there. I'm gonna let it cool down, and once she cools down, I'm gonna take her out for another drive around the block and see what I get. And after that, let her cool all the way down, then do some troubleshooting, see if I can figure this out. Because right now she's running fine. It's just the sounds that I'm worried about. That's my major concern, is these sounds. I don't know what they are, and I really want to find out. Y'all know me, I'm gonna find out one way or another, maybe. But let me take these tires out of this car, because that's not helping me focus on the stuff that's going on. This jack stand, because that was making noise, and I should be a lot lighter. Weight reduction, bro. Alright, let's do some troubleshooting on this exhaust here. Put my leather gloves on, because the exhaust is hot. Got these gloves. Hold on. Let's see if we can find the culprit as to why this side is squeaking right at the exhaust too. Oh. See, that would make sense, because at a lower RPM the engine shakes a lot, which gives it a lot more time to move up and down, left and right. At a higher RPM, it's not shaking as well. It's shaking. Can't really say that, but it's not shaking as violently. It's almost leveled itself out, if you get what I'm saying. So at a lower RPM, these headers, along with the engine, is shaking with the rest of the exhaust connected. Is squeaking on this here braced clamp. Okay. Because it's not coming from up there anywhere. It's not coming from the bottom of the engine up there, the top of the engine, the valves, at the heads where the headers connect to the heads. None of that. It's coming from right here in this general area, and that would make sense as violently as the engine shakes at such a low. Oh, that's a spider. You see him right here? Oh, it's probably not focused. Good thing he didn't climb on my arm, because that's a venomous spider. Anyway, but as violently as the engine shakes at such a low RPM, and it was never consistent with every pulse. It was, you know, it wasn't consistent. It didn't happen every time the engine shook. So which means it would have to be something that can't be as consistent as the engine, which would be this. That would make sense, because especially since you see how the gap is big there and the gap is smaller there, which means it's leaning up here, which means I have to jack the car up and fix what's back here. But that's good, I found that. Now it's just the bottom of the engine with that knocking sound. But I don't think I'm going to figure that out today. I'm just going to worry about everything else, get that all squared away, and then maybe one of these days, since she drives, we'll figure out what that is. Did y'all see that mess? Did y'all see me scratch my fucking door? Shit's crazy. That doesn't help either. Look at that. That doesn't help at all. Alright, let me see what I can figure out. I'm not sure what I'll be able to figure out, but let me give it a shot. Okay, so I did some tweaking with the exhaust. That turned out to not be the problem because it started squeaking right after I moved it every which way. I just went ahead and dropped the idle down again so I can get back to where it's supposed to, well, where it's actually making that squeaking sound. And I have absolutely no idea, I don't. Not the exhaust. Look at that. So with this side being, you see I dropped it down. Dude, I don't know what the hell's going on. That's gotta be internal now. It's gotta be. Because if I close the exhaust, the sound doesn't come out. Which could be an exhaust leak. It could be. But I don't know. That's a little too sharp for an exhaust leak. Given I don't have an exhaust leak at the headers, but I have one at the collectors, it could be a lot louder. But when I close it, it goes away. I don't know. I don't know. I'm kind of stuck on this one. Also, that's definitely a rod knob, for sure. Maybe one of the bearings failed on the startup. I have no idea. I didn't over tighten anything, so one of these days I have to get under there and figure out what it is. Oh. What I'm doing right now is I'm gonna just change the tune up a little bit more, see how much higher I can go before it's at its lowest, but it's at the highest it can be to where the sound goes away. But I'm starting to think it's got to be internal, because I close up the exhaust, it goes away. I leave it open, it chirps out. The exhaust isn't touching the headers anymore. The coupler isn't touching the headers, so that can't possibly be it. I don't know. Like, I'm really really confused. But I'm gonna keep trying. I'm going up 200, so let's see what I get. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna take it for a little bit of a drive. I don't know what's gonna happen. Hopefully it doesn't blow up. Hopefully, you know, I can get it back. I'm data logging as well. Wait. Down there, data logging. So I know this angle probably sucks, but with the mount that I have and as big as the camera is, this is the best as I can do right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take it for a short drive, maybe about 10 minutes, maybe. Drive around to a couple places, see if it acts funny, bring it back, park it, call it a day. So let's get to it. At least to me, everything looks okay. I'm sure the brain, it looks a little messed up. Actually, let's go this way. Well, I think I just blew the engine. Okay, well, I didn't blow the engine. I just blew the fuse again. So I still gotta figure that out. But it's good to know I didn't blow the engine. Always got extras. All right, let's try this one more time. Well, there seems to be some sort of, I guess, well-mannered street driving. Isn't that well-mannered, to say the least? Her behavior in the street is kind of wild and rambunctious, really. I've got to get that idle, well, not really the idle, but the RPMs down while I'm driving, because there's no reason why I let off the gas and I'm holding it at 30. That's not okay. I should not be that high. So I might have to drop it down for while I'm in drive, which is going to sound like shit, but it's just something I'm going to have to do if I'm going to drive it. As far as the sounds, they're still there. They're very minimal. I mean, she doesn't drive like something's wrong. I popped the fuse earlier, but that's probably because I got the battery loose, which is a ground, which is my fault. Other than that, I don't really think there's anything else other than just fixing those sounds or replacing the engine again, which I'm totally okay with. That's it for this episode of Yacht Life. Howdy. They make the pipe and then tell me they can't touch the exhaust. Great.